my God. Hello, welcome to episode 25 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. It's blooming hot, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've just opened the door.
When's the summer finishing?
I don't want the summer to ever finish. I like the summer.
Oh, I do too, but I've really struggled this year with the heat. I'm like uncomfortably hot. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't want to moan, but
You are?
yeah, I am.
I prefer heat than cold.
Oh my goodness, me too.
Yes, I don't like it being sweaty and sticky and things.
Yeah. At least with the cold, you can put more layers on, but with the hot, when you're sitting here practically naked, not wanting to conjure up any images, but, you know, and it's just hot and sweaty, there's nothing really you can do about it.
Get on with it.
Yeah, okay.
Now stop moaning.
All right. So we started on Sunday when we recorded it. That was my good friend Nikki's birthday. And we went out in the evening for a bit of food and ended up at El Candil, which is a bit of a Spanish institution in San Pedro. And you put something up on the San Pedro guide and a few people said, oh, where's that? That looks good. People hadn't heard of it. So we thought it'd be good to mention.
Yes, so where is it?
El Candil is very close to Alfredo's.
Just round the corner. So where Pub Charles is, then you've got Alfredo's. It's between the two.
Yeah.
Just in a little alleyway on the right-hand side.
Yeah, you wouldn't kind of know it's there. You wouldn't necessarily walk past it because it's just slightly down an alleyway. So you need to discover it. And it's been there forever. And it's very Spanish. It's run by Alfonso and his wife. We haven't actually been there for proper dinner, have we? We always end up going there either before we go out for dinner or after we've been for dinner and have like a plate of cheese and a nice bottle of red wine. That's what we always end up doing there.
And he's famous for his red wine. So he has a really nice wine cellar, I guess you would call it. It's like a fridge with all his wines in. Many times we've just gone there and said, right, we fancy a nice bottle of red wine. And he just says, how much do you want to spend? You say 30, 40, 50 euros, depending how flush we are. And he will basically give us a good bottle of red wine for that budget. Generally, he'll give us one that's better and only charge us that said price. Yeah, so he did that night. So I said, can we just have a nice bottle of Crianza? And I think it was 30 euros. And when we paid the bill, he said, I gave you a good discount on the wine. And it was lovely. I mean, it was really gorgeous nice wine.
Really, really
And
nice.
It reminds me of a story very quickly when I was standing looking at the fridge, pointing at a wine, thinking, well, that one looks good. And a lady...
This was a while ago.
And a lady came up beside me and said, that's my bottle. I said, oh, no, okay, you have it. I'm fine. I'll choose something else. She said, no, that's mine. I said, yes, of course, you can have it. She said, no, that's my winery. It's my vineyard. I own it.
And we were like, oh, we'll have that one then.
And we were having a good chat with them afterwards and everything, because they spoke very good English. So
yeah, it was nice.
So El Candil, if you haven't been there, try it out. Good jamon, good cheese, good wine, and good company.
Yes, absolutely. That's in San Pedro. We then had a very interesting experience on the Tuesday. So it was Taylor Swift Day. I was off to London just for one night to watch Taylor Swift at Wembley. What an experience. But before that, we had another kind of experience with you driving us to the airport.
Yes, you nearly didn't get to see Taylor Swift,
God,
did you?
Imagine.
So thankfully, I put my foot down when it came to the leaving time. It's like, we've only got hand luggage. We only need to leave an hour before. Always give it...
Sound like that.
Always give it a bit extra because you don't know. There might be queues at the airport. You just can't tell in the summer. So just leave at least 2 hours. Convinced you to do that, thankfully, because just as we got past Marbella, I had a puncture.
Yeah, proper blue.
Yeah, and these days in new cars, they do this stupid thing where they don't give you a spare wheel. They give you a pump to pump up your tyre and this stuff you squirt into your tyre. And I had to actually look up on YouTube how to do that because I've never, ever done that before. Squirted it in the tyre and it said, roll forwards 10 metres and roll backwards 10 metres to distribute it evenly within the tyre. And when I did that, it squirted out the hole.
Yeah, as soon as you went forward, all this white stuff came out the hole.
So it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't seal the hole. And you had to get an Uber and I had to wait for the tow truck to come and get me.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but we're all alive. Nobody got hurt.
No, I mean, it could have been so much worse. We were not driving fast. We were on the inside lane, and luckily it happened just as I got to an exit from the dual carriageway. So I pulled straight off the road, and it was quite a big exit. So there was plenty of places to park. But if that happened 15, 20 minutes later, when I was on the motorway at the top of Benalmadena or something in the outside lane, could have been a very different story.
Yeah. So thank you to the angels for looking after us.
Thank you.
Then London, Taylor Swift, Wembley Stadium. It was epic.
You're a proper Swiftie now, aren't you?
I kind of feel like I'm probably not, but yeah,
you
a
are.
big fan.
When you pick me up now, you're always playing Taylor Swift.
I know.
I think that means you're a Swiftie.
Okay. She was amazing. I mean, what a talented young woman. She's 34, I think. She writes all her own songs, and she's written loads of them. She plays the piano, she plays the guitar, she's an amazing singer, an incredible dancer, and seemingly she's a really lovely person. She's given back a massive amount to the homeless and various charities of cities that she's played in all around the world. And she gave the best, longest concert ever. 3.5 hours.
That's incredible. That's value for money.
Oh, serious value for money. So 92,000 people, most of whom knew the words to all of the songs and were singing them enthusiastically, shall we say. And everyone was kind of dressed up as one of her albums. Even we had I Love Taylor t-shirts. And it was just brilliant. The atmosphere was electric. I cannot praise the concert or her enough.
Yeah, the videos that you showed me afterwards were insane. A couple of her tunes where people sort of jump up and down to see 98,000 people, or however many it was, jumping up and down at the same time. It's quite a sight.
It was pretty special. We ticked off some amazing places. We went to, by chance, we saw Harry's Bar.
I'm jealous.
And I knew that you'd be jealous, so we had to go in and get a Belini. And very nice it was too. They served it in a really odd glass, though. I was expecting it in like a champagne flute. You can get various different shapes of champagne glasses now. But this one was just a kind of thin tumbler, I guess you could say.
But it was special glass, wasn't it?
Yes, it was all made with Murano glass.
Because their first ever restaurant was in Venice.
Yes, so that's where it comes from. We also, on one of the days, we went to Feya, which Nikki had found online, Feya, the main one in Marble Arch. And wow, what a place. They do like all pancakes and it's all very Instagrammable. And we decided to have a sharing platter. So it's lots of triangles of waffles with all different bowls of fruit that you can put on top, different berries and strawberries and things. And then all different toppings. So like a dulce de leche, a chocolate, my favourite, which was a pistachio cream that was stunning. So that was really good and good value as well. It was £15. And we wondered whether it was going to be £15 each because it specified that it was a sharing platter. But no, it was £15 for the whole thing, which I thought was really good.
Do you know what I had that day?
No.
Coconut yoghurt.
But isn't it the best coconut yoghurt?
It is very good, actually.
Yes. On the other day, we went for brunch. We came across by chance a really pretty little place called EL&N, which is very close to Belgravia. It's Belgravia area. And Uri Geller happened to be dining there at the same time, having some coffee.
And bending spoons?
He wasn't bending spoons. He's very skinny, very tall and very, very slender.
A slender bender. Oh, you line them up and I'll knock them out of the park.
Oh, nice one. And they had, again, a fabulous menu, all pancakes and stuff. They had these things called round croissants. Love a croissant. But it was filled with savoury things. So it was a croissant and I had smoked salmon and avocado. Really delicious. So, yeah, we found two brilliant breakfast spots.
Do you know what I had for breakfast that day?
No.
Coconut yoghurt.
Isn't it nice, though? And we also saw, this was really exciting, celeb spotting on the Gatwick Express was none other than Richard Attenborough.
And I got confused, so I started going into my animal impressions.
Yes, that's David Attenborough. Yeah. No, Richard Attenborough is the actor-director. He played Santa Claus, Kris Kringle, in Miracle on 34th Street. We saw him, so we knew it was him. And then we couldn't see him whilst we had our seats, but we could hear him talking, and we were like, it's Father Christmas.
Did you go first class on the train?
No. No, he was very normal.
He was mixing with the minions.
He was mixing with us lot, yeah. And you did go out for dinner, though, on your own whilst I was away. The cat did play.
Yes, so I looked in the cupboard and nothing inspired me.
Which makes a change, because you do get inspired quite easily in the cupboards.
Yeah, so
that sounds really weird.
Yes.
Anyway, carry on.
So I took a walk up the road. I went past a tapas place and didn't really fancy tapas. Then I got to De Bruno's and thought, oh, pizza, I've done that before. Then I thought, because I wanted a glass of wine with my dinner. I thought, I remember the wine not being great there by the glass either. So, no, that put me off going for a pizza. So I started walking round to the Chinese restaurant. I thought, I'm going to have I was trying to think what I would have. I said, I'd probably have ribs, I'll probably have something else, and a warm glass of red wine. So I thought, no. I love the ribs in Hogan Stand, and they're reasonable in price, and they do a nice chilled Marbella del Duero, which I like. So I went there.
It was meant to be, and you enjoyed it muchly.
I did. I had a lovely plate of ribs, a couple of glasses of chilled Marbella, and then I went home.
Nice one. Talking of the Hogan Stand, you helped me very much this week. We kind of did it together, didn't we?
Yes. So the week before, we didn't mention that I did do the quiz. So rather than subject people to me 2 weeks in a row, we decided to do a joint effort this week. So I basically put most of the quiz together while you were away.
Which was a huge help.
And you hosted it as normal.
Yeah. And we went back to the old format, writing on paper where I print out answer sheets, because I had to change it during COVID when we weren't allowed to touch the same piece.
You could catch COVID from
die.
Yeah, you could catch COVID from pieces of paper, apparently.
Yes. So that we went to doing everything on the mobile phone. So we've kept it that way because it's just been easier. But it's always such a annoying, particularly when people are on holiday, whether people are cheating or not. I hate it.
And also new people that join, invariably we can't get them on WhatsApp, and then they haven't got the right network, and they're trying to do it through the Wi-Fi. So it's a lot easier to go back to paper generally.
Yeah, so we've gone back to paper. Old school.
Old school, yes.
I had a lovely day on Friday, went to Chambao in Sotogrande. We normally go there once a year with our friends from London, and it's a really cool place. It's more than a chiringuito, but it's not quite a...
But it is a chiringuito, officially, and it's in Sotogrande, just before the port, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know the beds are only €15, and they're really comfortable beds. They've got like thick mattresses on them. They're a lot more than that down here. You're lucky to get something in Marbella for less than €25 when it's actually got a mattress on it. So, yeah, loved it. And they do really nice food, nice wine. And, yeah, a great day was had. The music's always really cool. Lee Ryan from Blue happened to be there.
You didn't mention that.
Did I not? I didn't speak to him. I just saw him at a distance. So, yeah, it was great. If you haven't been to Chambao and you're on holiday in Marbella, I definitely recommend going there for a day. It's quite a distance, so you need to be with someone who's not drinking or not drinking much in order to drive that way.
Not drinking.
Not drinking. No, when I say not drinking much, I mean like a beer would be okay.
Just.
Yes, we're not encouraging bad behaviour. My dad took me shopping yesterday to coincide with my birthday. So my mum used to love taking me on, we'd call it a birthday shopping spree. And since she died, my dad, bless him, has really kind of stepped up to the plate and wanted to fill her shoes in terms of taking me birthday shopping, which is really sweet because he's not a natural shopper, but he's
a natural born shopper.
He's not a natural born shopper, but he really gets into it, and we have a lovely day. So we went for lunch at Manuka and then went to La Cañada and bought a few bits, and yeah, it was really nice. Daddy-daughter day.
I think you should explain Manuka. So they've got a few branches, haven't they? They've got one in Porta Banús, downstairs in the
Marina Banús. Yeah. There's one on the seafront in Marbella, and then there is this one in La Cañada.
And it's essentially healthy food.
Yeah.
I mean, they do big plate. You can get burgers and salmon and things that, but they do lots of bowls and quinoa and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, really nice food. I really like their food. And they had a few new things on the menu. They had avocado fries, which I didn't try, but I did have avocado tacos. They were lovely. And yesterday we had a barbecue at our house. Not only our first one of the summer, but first one for a few years, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. I don't know why we sort of went off the idea. We used to have big barbecues, didn't we, and invite about 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
And it was mega. And it would be like a month's planning. And yes, it was hard work.
It was. But yesterday was great fun. We love hosting people for food. We like coming up with different dishes. And
you made hamburgers.
I made burgers.
Or
they
mini
were burgers I decided to make. And I got the mini burger buttons.
I made a big Caesar salad with everything in it. Bacon and croutons and parmesan shavings and parmesan. You call it a twill. We were calling it a twill, yes, but it's a parmesan crisp.
Parmesan crisp,
all crumbled up in there.
Parmesan 3 ways.
It was, yeah.
Salad.
Yeah, and then
it was really good.
Made my own barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that was epic.
Yeah. And we had chicken wings, 2 types.
With different marinades. And I made a caprese salad, which was really good. You did a potato salad with putting the black onions in. That was really nice.
They weren't black onions, they were black olives.
Black olives?
Beverly. There we go. Olives. We've mentioned it again. Olives, Beverly.
I knew what I meant. We had a couple of messages from Mandy, our friend in Miami.
Hello, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy. Oh, Mandy, you came and...
You don't have to sing at everything.
She had some comments and corrections for us on pronunciation, which is great because we often say things and go, how do you say that? So thank you, Mandy, for telling us. So first of all, Balagan, the restaurant in San Pedro, the new restaurant on the beach, which we haven't particularly taken to... Interestingly, she said, Balagan is a Hebrew word that means chaos or big mess.
And they're living up to it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's so funny. Also, acai bowls we were talking about, and we weren't sure how you say it. Everyone seems to say acai bowls, but she says it's more like acai.
Which I think I've heard before, yeah.
Yeah, because the C's got a little squiggle on it. So that means it's pronounced so acai.
The timing of that was perfection because it was one of the quiz questions.
Yes, when I got her message, I was just about to do that very question.
Yeah, and it came through just at that moment.
Yeah.
So the timing, Mandy, on that message was insane.
Amazing. And also, we were talking about Qatar, and she said, which I think you said you thought it was, it's Qatar.
Yes. I remember that from the World Cup. It was called Qatar.
Yeah. It's like, you know stuff, isn't it?
Sometimes. I clearly didn't know how to change a tyre, though, with the squirty stuff.
No, you did say you know stuff. You don't know everything.
No. Thank God for YouTube.
A few articles to mention from the Sir in English this week. It was saying that on the 28th of August, which is in a few days' time, there will be a morning alignment of planets. Quite a few planets. Mercury, Mars, Jupiter. Now, I want to say Uranus, but I wanted to ask you about this because when I was at school, it was just Uranus and it would get some giggles. But presenters I hear now on like the TV or radio say Uranus.
That's just so that they don't get giggles whenever they say Uranus.
So it is pronounced Uranus?
No, I think it's Uranus now. I think it's one of those.
Really now? So people have decided it's different?
I think they've just accepted that that's the correct pronunciation. Because I was going to actually say it's good to get Uranus in alignment.
But I don't get... It used to be called Uranus.
Will you stop saying that word and just move on with the story?
Okay. So the planets that will be inlined are... Aligned. Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune and Saturn. And this won't be repeated for another 10 years. But Mercury will be quite hard to see because it's very near the horizon. And Uranus... and see, I laugh even when I say it the wrong way. Uranus...
See, you're a child. And you're going to say that you can't see Uranus, aren't you?
You need a telescope to see Uranus. For God's sake. Oh.
Oh, dearie me. Right, quickly, move on to another story.
That's a Neptune. You need a telescope.
Okay.
So it's just before sunrise on the 28th of August. You going to get up early to see it?
No.
No, I don't think so. There was an article about Eva Longoria, our friend Eva. I say our friend because I've interviewed her and you've kissed her.
Yes. Yeah,
Kissed her
can't
too,
believe she
so.
tried to put tongue in, but anyway.
Though she did not. She was doing the Global Gift Gala. Her and Maria Bravo, her friend and godmother to her son, they set up the Global Gift Foundation a few years ago now, and they organise big charity events giving money to disadvantaged communities. They do amazing work, and they often have a golf tournament. And you took part in the golf tournament.
Yeah, well, I haven't done the golf tournament for a few years, to be fair.
No.
But yes, I have taken part in it twice, I think. And one of the years she presented... Oh, no, she came to the golf thing afterwards. We had a
lunch presentation.
Lunch presentation. And bizarrely got nearest a pin.
Amazing.
Something I don't think I've ever repeated. Oh, no, I did it once at La Sala, yes.
So you got a prize, and the prize, you can't remember what the prize
Yes,
was.
it was some electronic gym thing, which I was never going to use.
But you did get a little kiss on the cheek from Eva.
That was well worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's a lovely article about her in the Sir in English where she said, Marbella is a home and a lifestyle for me. She's currently filming a programme on the cuisine of Spain.
Yeah, she does a lot of cooking. I've noticed that on her Instagram account now. She does a lot of cooking and methods and tutorials. She must have been watching mine and decided
maybe you inspired her. Yep, you never know. There was also a piece on Pancho Campo, who I interviewed recently on my radio show, and he also joined us on Good Morning Spain television with Nicole King, talking about his recent halo jump. So this is like a skydive, but a much bigger event. It was from 8 kilometres, so 25,000 feet, which is... so
I wouldn't do it from 10,000.
No, I mean, the normal height of a skydive is between 12 and 14,000, which I've done before. But yeah, that extra 10,000 is crazy. You need an oxygen tank to go up that high. I mean, it's like the opposite of, diving under the sea, going up that high into the air. So it's a whole different ballgame. He's the first Spanish person over 60 to do it. And it was all to raise awareness about the importance of protecting mental health in young people and kind of anti-bullying campaigns. So a really worthwhile cause.
Worthwhile cause, but you wouldn't get me up in a plane doing that. Get me up in a plane is hard enough. Jumping out of it is even...
That's true.
You can take that and stick it up your anus.
Congratulations, Pancho. Well done.
Yes, well done.
Amazing achievement. And this made me sad. I saw this article. I think we talked about this lady on our first podcast, Maria Brañas, who was the oldest person in the world. And she is Spanish, living in Girona. And she has died at the age of 117. But getting to that age, isn't it incredible that she died in her sleep, peacefully and without pain?
That is incredible.
That's the dream, isn't it?
It's always the dream. I mean, 117, that's living for over a century. Wow. She has seen so much.
Yeah, it really is mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those things that there's so many questions you like to ask them. What was her favourite period of her life in terms of things that were going on in the world?
Yeah.
She's been through like 2 world wars. Obviously got through all of that. Obviously Spain weren't in World War II, but she's gone through the Civil War.
I'm guessing wars wouldn't have been a favourite time in her life.
I didn't mean as a favourite time, but she's been through all those different things. I just wonder, was it before all of that it was great to be alive, or was it after all of that it was great to be alive? I'd just love to know.
Yeah, definitely. And there was also a piece talking about one of the most expensive villas in Spain, which of course is in Marbella, 30 million euros.
Pocket money.
On the Golden Mile. They have a swimming pool signed by Picasso.
Do you think it's really signed by Picasso?
I don't know. I wondered that. I'm picturing him like swimming down to the bottom of the pool in order to sign it.
I mean, that's just one of those things. It's like, we've got a swimming pool signed by Picasso. And you know what? The mirror signed by Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you ever know?
I know. You wouldn't.
It's a transfer.
But the rent that they can get, up to 80 grand a week in high season.
Yes, that's quite a lot, isn't it? So a 2-week holiday, 160 grand.
Imagine. Would you like to live in a house like that?
Don't think I would, actually.
No, it's a bit much.
I love nice things, as you do, but I also don't like $2,000, too big, too much.
Yeah.
You know, same as like if I won the lottery, I don't think I'd go out and buy a Lamborghini.
No.
Because I don't need it. You know, it's a nice flashy car, but that's all it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a car lover, then I guess you would want to get the best of, you know, and I'm not really a car lover. I'd probably get something that's, you know, that's nice, but practical.
I'd spend it all on travel, nice dinners.
Memories. That's what you're doing, making memories. I don't think, you know, when you buy a new car, okay, it's a few memories because you go out driving in it, but it's not the same as going to a beautiful location and spending a couple of weeks or going on
also,
a
as soon as you've got the new car, it drops in value immediately, doesn't it?
Yes. So when we win the lottery, so we're manifesting now. Okay. When we win the lottery,
we'd start buying tickets.
We will spend it on travel.
Okay, good call. We better leave it there.
Yes.
What a good one. It's goodbye from you. No, is that what I say?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sweating. Let's just go.
It's goodbye from him.
I'm dripping. Bye.
Bye.